I'm going to show you how I get my Vinted orders, or not orders, I apologize, my Vinted items ready and listed. And I feel like this matters if you want to make sales quickly and you don't want things to sit around. So you want to definitely have washed things, stain treated, make them look as good as you can, unless you truly don't care and you're wanting, less for that item, because I don't personally want to buy something that has stains on it unless it's very discreet. So I'm cautious about putting things out there that are maybe truly ruined. So anyhow, wash them. The next thing is to try to get out the wrinkles, because when you are wanting to show someone what it looks like, you can't really tell when it's all wrinkled on the floor. It's a tank top and it just looks all shriveled up. So I come in my bathroom because I have this good light. I use this rod right here. So typically you take off that towel. I'm going to, this is pajamas with tags. My mom did not want it, and so we're gonna sell it. Now, this is not terrible. You really can't even see the wrinkles, but there are some in the back. When I go to hang it up, you're gonna notice wrinkles on the pieces. So I just quickly take my hanger. So I've got my hanger, and then I have my steamer just sitting here. Sometimes I have to lay it on the floor to get, the steam to get out really deep wrinkles. So that's kind of what I do. It also gives you a chance to, find any stains you might have. So I do that. Let me get a hanger for the pants. I think I'm going to use this hanger. Just like with anything, you're trying to get people to see what they're buying. If they can see what they're buying, they're more likely to click buy. And, even if something is only selling for $5 or less, like that still buys you something at the store or the gas station. So if you can put in just a few minutes of getting things prepared, then do it. Oh, the other thing too, if things aren't cleaned or have a funny smell, I've seen people write reviews like, items smelled awful. Well, so if someone's shopping in your store and goes to your reviews, which I like to do, they're going to be like, ooh, do all their clothes smell bad? So not meaning to drench it with perfume or detergent, but just be aware of any really strong smells, because people will leave a review. So anyhow, those are the pants. And I would come over here and I get into the tub, and then I make sure the light's hitting it correctly, and I get an overall picture. I then zoom into any details, like the shoulders are cute, little lace detail. There's a pocket. I take a picture of all that, and then I also take a picture of the tag with the size. A lot of times the material, and then I would, kind of hold it out, show the length of the arm a little bit better, and then I flip it to the back, show the back. In this case, I'm going to show the set. And then I measure, try to measure as much as you can. Some people think the algorithm works better if people are messaging you and you're messaging them back, but overall you want to put measurements in there. Again, that's makes someone more likely to click and buy it. So you want to measure for sure. A lot of people ask for the pit to pit, especially women wanting to know that chest size, the bust size, shoulder to shoulder. And I do length. On funny length arms, I will definitely measure the arm length from the top of the neck down. And then on pants, you're going to want to measure edge to edge on the waist, the inseam to the middle of the crotch, because someone that's petite or not petite really cares about that. And then the inseam, which is the inside of the leg, pant leg. And just show if it's a straight leg, tapered, or it's a jogger or wide leg. You know, that's something you put in the description. So I take pictures, do all that, and I stand here and I input all that info and click list. I try to go back and just double check that everything's correct, but that way it's done. And this takes less than a minute, maybe a minute or two to steam it, and then you're good to go. So that's my process. The next thing I'll do and show you real quick, I haven't really done purses. My mom gave me this leather purse that she no longer wants, and it's pretty nice. I know I just like a leather purse. I don't necessarily care about brand, but I don't know. I would just, make sure everything works. Like, I'm kind of noticing this is sticking. Oh, I know everything has been so itchy lately. I think it's my hair, but it might just be that zipper. Okay, or it's the way it curves around. Okay, so I would do that. Make sure it's clean. Double check that you don't have anything left in there. Any trash. So yeah, this one's very clean. There's no like makeup stains, lipstick. This brand is the Great American Leather Works. 100% leather exterior. So I would just make note of all those things when you're putting it in the listing. So what I would do, and I'll fold that up. You don't want to wad it all up because you just ironed your clothing. So be aware of that. But I would do something like this. Maybe shorten the strap and take pictures, open it up, take pictures of the inside, and then I would show measurements as to what the dimensions are of the purse. And again, it's all about the lighting, presentation, and what do you think you would want to buy. So if you don't want things to sit around, then really put some effort into presenting it. Again, even at $3 and $5, it's worth it because you can go buy, I keep thinking of my kids. You can go buy a drink. You can go buy a meal. You can buy a snack if you're at the park and the ice cream man shows up. So it's fun. Anyhow, that's my process of, packaging, preparing, doing my listings. So I know I'm always interested to see what other people are doing, but that's what I'm doing. All right. Hope that's helpful. All right. I was going to pack some more Vinted orders today. I find this stuff interesting to see what people are doing and how to make it easier, quite frankly. So I am packaging up a Lululemon top, pretty much like new. My daughter wore it a handful of times, but anyhow, that took a second to sell for whatever reason. It is the most gorgeous color, but anyhow, so I've got that ready. And then sold these 3 hair bands that I never have worn. Really, they don't stay on my head. So I randomly put those on there and those sold right away. And then these are my son's basketball shoes. These sold. This is one of the higher priced items I've sold on Vinted. I was hearing that certain things sell better on certain sites. Like this is probably more of an eBay item, but I went ahead and put it on there for my son anyways. And we had some offers, and then somebody bought it full price last night. So that's pretty cool for him. So if you want to bear with me while we package things, I'm going to turn the phone down. All right, so here we go. If you watched my other video, I show you kind of what I do. Some things I do put a bag inside the bag, but again, I want it to look nice. If I buy something, I don't care if it's $1 or $2. You want it to come nice. And I think that, you know, maybe most don't care, but I do care if I'm buying something. So anyhow, I'm gonna do the shirt in here. Just like so. I'm not even gonna use tape on that because this will act as the tape. And do print out these thank you tags that I talked about. I go on Canva and I just downloaded the page and printed it on paper. I had some cardstock left over, and then I cut it out and I have them pre-ready so that I'm not doing that every single day. So it's ready. So there's package 1. And then I will take these headbands. I do want to always try and get any fuzzies or hair. This one's brand new, has never been worn. This one was tried on. Looks, it has a few things on it, but again, it's just due to the black. Isn't really worn. So I say when you're selling stuff, you want to make sure things are clean. You want to make sure they're ironed. And all those things that you do on the front end really help things sell quickly. You know, and I know some people have good luck selling something that's laying on the floor and it looks wrinkled, but I personally don't want to buy something that looks like that. So I do try and make things look, you know, how I'd want them to look. This was so cute, but it did not fit me well. So I think I'll do something like that and maybe just stack them. Oh no. I have these from the dollar store, little clear bags. They have them in the gift section, party section. Sometimes they have a pattern on them or stripes. Sometimes they are more holiday related, but anyhow, do something like that. And you can find this twine. They have some at the dollar store. You can find it at Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart. I think I got this at Hobby Lobby so many years ago. And it has lasted through parties and packaging. So many things I've used it for. It's finally dwindling down. Okay, so there's that one. And then for this, I might put it in a brown, I may try and put it in a brown bag because with shoes like this, if you're a sneakerhead, you know that the box does matter. So if someone's counting on this box to be nice, I want to do my best I can. So I may just do something like that. There may be a better way, but I think this is what I'm going to do for the sake of the shoes. Tape. I have found this Walmart tape to be affordable and it's long lasting. First, I love the post office tape and it was kind of affordable. But this Walmart tape has been amazing. I'm gonna do something like this and get it protected as best as I can. I mean, they are used shoes, and you do disclose whatever is used condition so that let's see. just to get the tape across the top. This is an envelope. This is how I do things, and I feel like it always works out. So that's just to protect the top of the box, because again, the buyer may be trying to like almost do these as collect these, you know, basketball shoes, and people like to collect like Jordans, or it's just like a vintage purse. If you have the box, you want it to stay protected. So that's part of what probably made these sell, was that I had the box. So I'm gonna do that right now. And on this one, these are, I think, 12 by 14. I need to look. I ordered these off Amazon. I have tried not to purchase any additional supplies because the object is to make money, not spend money. And I don't know that I'm really going to do this as a business. I'm just cleaning out our home while I'm off work. So there's that. The sticky part is just not quite big enough. Maybe this. And I would think a lot of people open things with care. Now that we have like Amazon and whatnot, you know not to just tear into a box. So there, that's pretty awesome. I'm gonna just take down this side and give it some structure. This one, pretty sure is going to the UK. It goes to like a carrier service in Texas, and then I think they ship from there. So that's what I'm going to apply here. I think his name was Jim or James. So he will get these shoes soon. I'm doing this tape right now because, again, I have not decided if I really want to do this. I do enjoy just making small amounts of money in case we want to go to dinner or something. It just helps out the family. I'm not a big TV watcher or anything like that, so I like to stay busy, and I love to think of ways to make money because I don't know why. I've always been that way. So this is a way to make money. So there's that package. I think you may have seen this if you watched the other video. If you didn't, no big deal. I'm just doing these for fun because I feel like there's some valuable info. I think this bag I'm gonna cut. I have not reordered other sizes, so this is a way to just use what you have just by cutting them. Like this Lululemon shirt will fit right in here. And believe it or not, I don't think the cost of this tape is more expensive than buying new bags, so I'm just gonna do it this way for now. Crazy. Technically, let's start over. You want to tape it before you put your item in. That's what I've been doing. So I'm going to tape the edge of the bag that's basically closing the cut that I just made. Okay, there we go. Super concerned. I'm being a little OCD here. The inside of the bag has a little bit of the tape showing, so it's pulling the tissue paper. I don't want the cute wrapping to get torn, so I'm gonna put that in there. There we go. For these purposes today, for this purpose, I am struggling. I printed off printed off my labels before I started showing you this. This one's not my best work of art right here. Okay, just got to remember, if you print off ahead of time your label, you have to remember what label goes with what item. So usually set it on top and don't get it mixed up. There was one day I got it mixed up and I caught it, luckily, because it would just stink if you sent the wrong item. Don't want to do that. Okay. Voila. With that, there's my homemade bag. And I'm going to close this edge too. I'm doing this again because I don't have the other size of bags I need right now. And I don't know if I want to do this, so I'm really trying to not spend money on this little venture. That's one way to get that off. I'm really struggling here. Okay. All right. Well, that was good to see. Don't do that. Don't do it my way. That was a mess. Okay. So I am going to take this. That has not happened. Maybe that's a good lesson, not to do this the way I'm doing it. Move that away from me because I'm going to do it again accidentally. All right. There we go. That was a what not to do, is keep your tape dispenser away from your bag in the edge because it ripped off that sealing tape that seals the package. So that was lovely. Okay, now I got a bag. Now we're gonna put the little headbands in there ever so nicely. And then I'm gonna keep it a little long because I still need to fix this on there. As I tell my kids about everything, there is more than one way to do things. So you may not like this route, and that is more than perfect. You may find a way better solution. I can see the value in labels and doing all that, but not at this time. Just printing and taping. Okay. So, those are that. To save time, I go ahead and go into Vinted. When I'm printing the label, in the upper right-hand corner, I mark the item and say that I've mailed it if I know I'm going to the post office. That way, the shopper knows that their package has been mailed, and then I don't have to go back in there again to mark it as shipped. So, again, you just want to try and save some time. I wasted a little bit of time here, so find what works for you. But I will take these to the post office, and once the buyer gets these, I think they have 2 days to confirm receipt. Otherwise, it's an automatic notification that they've received it, and that's when you get your money into your account. So I like to get things out so that you're not just sitting around not making your money. But also, if you were to shop with somebody, I think you want your stuff in a timely fashion too. So I know a few times in the past when I ordered from Poshmark, I didn't get things for weeks on end, and I don't prefer that. I want people to get their stuff, even if it's $2. So hope that was informative. And I'd love to hear, what are you doing that's made your process better? And have you had success in reselling? All right. See ya.